To share. I'm just another small story in the overall great story that is Sensations. My story is about 5 years ago. I grew up my whole life in Portland, Oregon. About 5 years ago, I decided to move my wife and 3 children to Los Angeles to pursue acting because I was an actor in Portland. I'd been very successful, done a lot of commercials and voiceover. But I decided if I was going to take my career to the next level, I needed to go to the media capital of the world, which was LA. And after a few months of not landing a leading role in a major motion picture, as my wife likes to say, the family got hungry, and I needed to go work. So I got a job at the #1 Ford dealership in the world, which is Galpin Ford. And actually, I was very lucky that I won the favor of the owner there. I did very well. They gave me Employee of the Month one month, which they never give to salesmen. I was a national finalist in a walk-around competition, won a trip to Daytona, Florida, and I even got the nickname Joe Galpin for my unbridled enthusiasm about the dealership. But here was the problem. Carrie was at home, first time being a stay-at-home mom, in a strange town, not knowing anybody, and she was miserable. So she got lonely, she got depressed, and it got ugly. And if you know, the Carrie you know today, my story is really attached to her, because I'm telling you how I came around to see the potential of the business. I said the problem is you have no direction, no motivation, no goals, no purpose. And I literally put a piece of paper up on the wall that said goals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and said you need to fill that in because you got nothing going. Well, the story of how unhappy she was got to the owner of the dealership I worked at. He brought her in and said, "Carrie, basically you make your own happiness." And that was a shot to the heart. And so the whole process, what she did next was really amazing to me. She took a personal inventory of where she was at and what she liked to do. She decided the things that she liked, and then she started her URL that basically had to do with being a mom and making money from home. And I think she got that concept before she actually had any idea what she was going to sell or how she was going to do it. So she got online searching for things she liked. She found candles. Ultimately, she found her sponsor, Jackie, and then she told me it's going to cost me like 40 bucks a month. And I'm like, it's the wrong direction. I don't want to spend more money. I don't want another monthly expense. That's why I go at the door, and that's why I'm working so hard. So I'm gone all the time. So cut the expenses. Anyway, so here's what happened. Candles show up. We love them. We all loved them. Everybody did. Everybody I heard that she showed them to loved them. Everybody that I saw that she showed the candles to went berserk. I mean, it was a phenomenon. I was like unbelieving. People would go, "Oh, what is that? I could have it. It's awesome." And I'm like, this is weird. Because I didn't hurt yet. I thought it was a cult. She started to sell some candles, and I'm like, great. You know, she's got a hobby. It's making her some profit. Then she got some people to join her, and Candle of the Month. I was like, great. Now Carrie's got some friends. Then her team started to grow, and I'm like, great. She's busy. She's happy. The money started coming in, and I'm like, great God, there's some potential here. And that's when it switched. When I could see this team is growing and the money is coming in, I'm like, great gravy, woman. Don't we have some people to call? Don't we have some candles we could go sell? You know, I was on board full time. And what I came to realize as my wife's little candle business, as you called it, and I got to feel your elbows, by the way, that's just intriguing me. As it started to outpace the dealer, we actually moved from California. We moved to Montana, Carrie's hometown, Bozeman. And we moved there, and her candle business started to outpace my dealership income. And so I started to realize, you know, this $40 a month that I was grousing about is all we pay now? And I mean, I'm telling you, if you're grousing about that, when your wife's residual check, I don't know what the number will be for you, but when it gets past $200 a month, or $500 a month, or $1,000 a month, or $1,500 a month, and $40 a month doesn't seem like anything anymore. So here's what I realized. Not only were we making this great income and have this business was only costing us $40 a month, but we're buying everything wholesale and we're selling it at retail, we're making profit, we have all these fantastic write-offs, we are making great positive friends that are impacting our life today and our family for forever. We have this ongoing residual income that we're building in this business. And I learned things about my wife that I didn't know about her when we got married. I mean, there were latent abilities. I'm going to brag on her a little bit. She's an incredible marketer. She is a fabulous goal setter. The girl that wasn't is now. Incredibly focused and self-motivated. And I just quit my job at the end of the year. It's about 3 weeks now. Not because we're fabulously wealthy yet, but because we're finally getting to a position where we're free to do the things we choose to do. as opposed to just the things we always need to do. And that is really just the beginning of our dreams. And Charlie, already alluded to, well, not alluded to, but you already laid out what he always tells us, the 3 stories: the product, the company, the opportunity. You know the product's excellent. You know the company is rock solid. You know the opportunity. Once you see it, it just blows your mind. But the 4th part of that story that I always like to talk about is you. Is you. Because that's what makes those other 3 stories relevant at all. What are your dreams? What is it that you dream about? Because we all have dreams. And I'm afraid to admit that I almost let mine get away from me. I pushed them so far off for so long. Those dreams that someday I'll have time to coach my kids' teams. Someday I'll have money to take my wife out on dates. Someday we'll have real furniture. Someday we'll really start putting money away for retirement. Someday. And I'm telling you, they tell you life begins at 40. But I think that's just that, the pressure goes off as you crest the hill, and you take that coasting downhill as kind of the ease, But then you see that 50 sign start looming, and you're like, oh God, where's the brake? And there's only so much time. We all only have so much time to make our dreams come true. And so, almost finished. I quit my job. Spent the last 2 weeks tooling around Southern California and Vegas with my wife and kids. I'm telling you, I'm not 26, I'm almost 46. And it's physically harder than it was. I can't imagine waiting until I'm 66 to be tooling around with my old lady. If we have the energy, the inclination, or the health, or the desire to do that. So, when most of us are honest about the situations that we're in right now, we have to realize that our 9 to 5s, they'll get us through. They'll meet the needs, the necessities, but they won't meet your dreams. They won't get you where you want to be. And you can have and do and be anything you want if you just work for it. Because it's there for you. You can have it, you can do it, you can be it, but you got to choose it. Thank you very much.